You probably know that Matt Damon turned down the lead role in Avatar and lost out on a potential $250 million payday. But there was actually another A-list actor who rejected the movie to focus instead on a video game flop. James Cameron's Avatar turns 15 years old this week, so here are some things I bet you never knew about it. The story behind Avatar starts with two dreams, literal dreams, the ones you have when you're sleeping. In 1973, 19-year-old future director James Cameron had a dream about a bioluminescent forest full of fiber optic trees, fan lizards, a river with bioluminescent particles, and a purple moss that lit up when you stepped on it. He drew this image when he woke up, and it of course would become the basis of Pandora. The other dream was dreamt by James Cameron's mother, Shirley, even earlier than that. She once dreamt of a 12-foot tall blue-skinned woman, and young Jim Cameron thought that was so cool. He pocketed the idea and saved it for a future project. As he told SFGate, quote, "In 1976 or 77, I was writing my first screenplay. A big science fiction story took place on multiple planets. At the end of the film was this planet with a native population that was 12 feet tall and blue and gorgeous." Cameron also said he was inspired by every single science fiction story he had read as a child, especially Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter and Tarzan, plus stories by Rudyard Kipling and H. Rider Haggard. James Cameron's favorite movies, 2001: A Space Odyssey and Lawrence of Arabia, were also big influences and reference points for Avatar. Basically, James Cameron had been forming the ideas for Avatar his entire life. His first attempt at making it came in 1978 with the sci-fi short film Xenogenesis. He later said that short served as the basis for many of the ideas and designs in Avatar, but it wasn't until 1994 that he finally started making Avatar for real. Cameron wrote an 80-page treatment for the film that year, with the story focusing on cultures clashing with civilizations, and he was inspired by similar stories being told at the time. Cameron later acknowledged that the movie shared themes with At Play in the Fields of the Lord, The Emerald Forest, Dances with Wolves, Ferngully, and Princess Mononoke. Cameron would line up Titanic as his next big project, but in 1996 he announced that Avatar would come after Titanic, and he said it would depict synthetic or computer-generated actors. He said it would cost $100 million, and its lead actors would, quote, appear to be real but do not exist in the physical world. The FX House Digital Domain even came on board that project for a supposed 1999 release. But then Cameron realized that the technology had not yet caught up with the story and his vision, so he decided to wait. He focused on documentaries for the next few years and further helped refine the special effects tech it would take to make Avatar. In the early aughts, we got believable CG characters in the form of Gollum, King Kong, and Davy Jones, and these convinced James Cameron the tech might finally be ready. Around 2005, 20th Century Fox fronted James Cameron $10 million to film a proof of concept clip for Avatar. The success of this camera test convinced Cameron to drop the other project he was working on, Battle Angel, which would eventually become the 2019 Robert Rodriguez movie, Alita: Battle Angel. In early 2006, Cameron got to work on the script and Na'vi culture. That year, he hired Paul Frommer, a linguist at USC, to create the Na'vi language. Frommer also created the Barsoomian language for Disney's John Carter movie. And he initially invented 1,000 words and a grammar system for Na'vi. But as of 2024, the Na'vi language now has more than 2,600 words. Between 2005 and 2007, James Cameron worked with a number of designers to create the Na'vi, including fantasy illustrator Wayne Barlow and concept artist Jordu Shell. Cameron felt that the 3D renderings of the Na'vi weren't yet capturing his vision, so he hired these designers to paint and build physical sculptures of the creatures. In July 2006, Cameron again announced the film and said he'd be shooting starting February 2007 with a hopeful release date of mid-2008. The movie, of course, wouldn't come out till December 2009. He then tapped Weta Digital to come on board for the film's extreme special effects requirements. Cameron hired two production designers, one to focus on the world of Pandora and another to design the human environments and their machines. The former team met with a professor of plant physiology at the University of California, Riverside to learn all they could about botany. China's karst limestone formation served as the inspiration for Pandora's Hallelujah Mountains, while the other production design team visited the Noble Clyde Bordeaux